you to Professor Agrin. Choir did an excellent job of singing Mary hymns today for us. I appreciate the time and effort placed into it, all the practices, all the time and effort. But we will pray the Akathist hymn. Now there are two Akathist hymns, one to the Ever Virgin Mary, the birth giver of God and Theotokos, and the other is to Christ. Today we'll take the Akathist hymn to the Mother of God. And I would like to read a short paragraph explaining what the Akathist hymn is. The Akathist hymn to the Ever Virgin Mary, the birth giver of God. This office, now this is not in your pamphlets, it's in my pamphlet. So there are two pamphlets. Mine's a little bit different than yours. I wish it were in your pamphlet to the explanation. But this office, probably composed in the year 532 AD, is to the Byzantine Church what the Rosary and the litanies of the Blessed Mother are to the Latin Church. There is in the Eastern Church no better prayer expressing love and veneration for Mary. All the figures under which she has been represented in the Scriptures are repeated here, not in the form of a dry enumeration, but as applied to her by the living people of the Gospel, who thus participate in the universal concert of praise and personally glorify the Virgin Mother. The episodes of Holy Scriptures come back to life before our very eyes. They set our hearts aflame and lead us to join the chorus of the saints who, at the time of Mary, witnessed the great mystery of the Incarnation. The excellence of the Akathist hymn is seen in this, that it always brings us back to theological truth, to the fact that Mary is great because she is the Mother of God, the bridge between heaven and earth. For her intercession is all-powerful with God, her Son. Her holiness and beauty are such that even the angels in their glory fall in admiration before her. And so we will pray the Akathist hymn. Please stand. Blessed is our God. Blessed is our God, always, now, and ever, and forever.
Amen. Holy God, holy and mighty, holy and immortal, have mercy on us. Holy God, holy and mighty, holy and immortal, have mercy on us. Holy God, holy and mighty, holy and immortal, have mercy on us. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and ever and forever. Amen. O most Holy Trinity, have mercy on us. O Lord, forgive us our sins. O Master, forgive our transgressions. O Holy One, come to us and heal our infirmities for your name's sake. Lord, have mercy, Lord, have mercy, Lord, have mercy. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and ever and forever. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, now and ever, and forever.
Amen.
As soon as the angel had received this command, he hastened to Joseph's house, and said to the ever Virgin, Behold, heaven was brought down to earth when the Word itself was fully contained in you. Now that I see him in your womb, taking a servant's form, I cry out to you in wonder, Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
An archangel was sent from heaven to greet the Mother of God, and as he saw you assuming a body at the sound of his bodiless voice, O Lord, he stood wrapped in amazement and cried to her in these words, Hail, O you through whom joy will shine forth. Hail, O you through whom the curse will disappear. Hail, O restoration of the fallen Adam. Hail, O redemption of the tears of Eve. Hail, O peak above the reach of human thought. Hail, O depth even beyond the sight of angels. Hail, O you who have become a kingly throne. Hail, O you who carries him who carries all. Hail, O star who manifests the sun. Hail, O womb of the divine incarnation. Hail, O you through whom creation is renewed. Hail, O you through whom the Creator becomes a babe. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Knowing that she was a virgin, the Blessed One courageously answered the angel, Your surprising words seem hard for my mind to accept. How can you see the love of birth that is to come from a conception without seed? And why do you cry, Hallelujah? Hallelujah,
Trying to grasp the meaning of this mystery, the Virgin asked the Holy Messenger, How is it possible that a son be born from a virginal womb? Tell me. And he answered her with awe, crying out in these words, Hail, O hidden sense of the ineffable plan. Hail, O belief in silence that must be. Hail, O forecast of the marvels of Christ. Hail, O fountainhead of truths concerning him. Hail, celestial ladder by whom God came down. Hail, O bridge leading earthly ones to heaven. Hail, O wonder ever thrilling to the angels. Hail, O wound ever hurting to the demons. Hail, O you who gave birth to light ineffably. Hail, O you who told no one how it was done. Hail, O you who surpasses the wisdom of the wise. Hail, O you who enlightens faithful minds. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. When the power of the Most High overshadowed the one who had never known the nuptial bed, her fruitful womb conceived, and she became for all a delicious field for those who wish to reach salvation by singing Hallelujah.
Pregnant with God, the Virgin hastened to Elizabeth, and her unborn child rejoiced immediately, knowing her embrace. Bouncing and singing, he cried out to the Mother of God, Hail, O tendril whose bud shall not wilt. Hail, O soil whose fruit shall not perish. Hail, O tender of mankind, loving tender. Hail, O gardener of the gardener of life. Hail, O earth who yielded abundant mercies. Hail, O table full laden with appeasement. Hail, for you have green anew the pastures of delight. Hail, for you have prepared a haven for the souls. Hail, acceptable incense of prayer. Hail, expiation of the whole universe. Hail, O favor of God to mere mortals. Hail, O trust of
of mortals before God. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Filled with the storm of contradictory thoughts, the heart grows with what greatly disturbed. Until then, he had seen you a virgin, and now he suspected you of secret guilt, all blameless one. Learning that your conception was of the Holy Spirit, we cry out, Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
The shepherds heard the angels sing hymns of praise to the coming of Christ in the flesh, and running to him as to a shepherd, they saw him as a spotless lamb grazing at Mary's breast. They sang a hymn to her and said, Hail, O mother of lamb and shepherd, hail, O fold of rational sheep, hail, O protection against unseen foes, hail, O key to the doors of paradise. Hail for the heavenly rejoice with the earthly, hail for the earthly meet the heavenly song, hail unsilenced voice of apostles, hail the undaunted might of martyrs, hail, O steadfast foundation of faith, hail, O shining emblem of grace, hail, O you through whom death was despoiled, hail, O you through whom we were clothed with glory, hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. When they saw the star moved by God, the Magi followed its glittering light, using it as a beacon. They found through it the mighty King, and reaching the one beyond all reach, they rejoiced and cried out to him, Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
The sons of Chaldeus saw in the Virgin's hands the one whose hands had fashioned us, and acknowledging him as the master, although he had taken the form of a servant, they hastened to honor him with their gifts and cried out to the Blessed One, Hail, O Mother of the star without setting, hail, O radiance of the mystical day, hail, O you who quenched the flame of error, hail, O light of those who search the Trinity. Hail, O you who overthrown our enemy. Hail, O you who showed forth Christ the Lord, the lover of mankind. Hail, O you who cleansed us from the state of pagan worship. Hail, O you who saved us from the mire of evil deeds. Hail, O you who made cease the coals of fire. Hail, O you who dispelled the flames of passion. Hail, O you who guides the faithful toward wisdom. Hail, O delight of all the nations. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. The Magi, having become God-bearing heralds, return to Babylon, conforming to your command, announcing you
where the idols unable to stand your might fell down, and those who had been delivered from them cried out to the Mother of God. Hail, O resurrection of mankind! Hail, O downfall of the demons! Hail, O you who crushed the hair of deceit! Hail, O you who exposed the fraud of idols! Hail, O sea, who drowned the symbolic Pharaoh! Hail, O rock, who quenched those who thirst for life! Hail, O pillar of fire, who guided those in darkness! Hail, O shelter of the world wider than the clouds! Hail, O food who took the place of manna! Hail, O servant of holy delight! Hail, O land of the promised good! Hail, O you who flow with milk and honey! Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure!
Hail, O
cannot explain how you could give birth while remaining a virgin. For as for us, while marveling at the mystery, we cried out to you with faith. Hail, O container of God's wisdom! Hail, O treasury of his providence! Hail, O reproof of foolish philosophers! Hail, O confusion of speechless wise men! Hail, for you perplexed the inquisitive minds! Hail, for you dried up the inventors of myths! Hail, for you ripped the Athenians' meshes! Hail, for you filled the fishermen's nets! Hail, O retriever from the abyss of ignorance! Hail, O lamplight of knowledge to many! Hail, O ship for those who seek salvation! Hail, O harbor for the sailors of life! Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure!
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure! Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure! Desiring to save the world, the Creator of all came down to it of his own will, being at the same time our shepherd and our God. He appeared among us, a man like us, and so the light called upon the light, and God he heard. Hallelujah.
O Virgin Mother of God, you are the strength of virgins and of all those who have recourse to you. For the Maker of heaven and earth covered you with his shadow, O pure one, and came to dwell in your womb, and taught us all to cry out to you. Hail, O pillar of virginity! Hail, O gateway of salvation! Hail, O principle of the new creation! Hail, O dispenser of God's bounties! Hail, for you restored those born in shame. Hail, for you gave sense to those who had lost it. Hail, O you who stopped the corrupter of minds. Hail, O you who bore the sword of chastity. Hail, holy chamber of virginal wedlock. Hail, O you who joins the faithful with God. Hail, O gracious foster mother of virgins. Hail, O bridesmaid of holy souls. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Everything falls short when it attempts to sing the multitude of your mercies. We could sing to you as many songs as there are graves of sand, O Holy King, without ever doing anything worthy of what you have given to those who cry out to you. Hallelujah.
We see the Holy Virgin as a brilliant luminary enlightening those who live in darkness, for having kindled the immaterial light, she leads all to the knowledge of God and fills their minds with radiance, so that she is worthily praised in these words. Hail, O beam of the mystical sun! Hail, O radiance of the light without setting! Hail, lightning flash that brightens the souls! Hail, thunderclap that strikes down the foes! Hail, for you have raised the many-lighted star! Hail, for you have opened the many-course stream! Hail, O you who traced the living model of the pool! Hail, O you who erased the stain of sin! Hail, flowing water that cleanses the conscience! Hail, holy vessel overflowing with joy! Hail, O fragrance of the sweetness of Christ! Hail, O life of the mystical banquet! Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure!
Hail, O bride and maiden ever
Holy One, more holy than the saints. Hail, O Ark, that the Spirit has gilded. Hail, inexhaustible treasure of life. Hail, precious crown of rightful authorities. Hail, sacred glory of reverend priests. Hail, unshakable tower of the church. Hail, unreachable wall of the kingdom. Hail, O you through whom the trophies are raised. Hail, O you through whom the enemies are routed. Hail, O healing of my body. Hail, O salvation of my soul. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure.
Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. Hail, O bride and maiden ever pure. O Mother worthy of all praise, you who have given birth to the Word, the holiest of the holy, and accept this present offering. Deliver all men from every affliction, and save from the future punishment those who cry out to you. Hallelujah. Gabriel was wrapped in a mist as he beheld your virginity and the splendor of your purity, O Mother of God. And he cried out to you, by what name shall I call you? I am bewildered, I am lost. I shall greet you as I was commanded to do. Hail, O woman, full of grace.
Glory be to you, O Christ, God our hope. Glory to you.
Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and ever and forever. Amen. Lord, have mercy, Lord, have mercy, Lord, have mercy. Give a blessing.
May Christ, the true God, have mercy on us and save us through the prayers of his most holy Mother, whose conception we are gloriously celebrating, and through the prayers of all the saints, for Christ is good and loves mankind.